your voice that fills my mind. Stop conversation, it doesn't make sense. This full situation make a guy still think. I was hiding emotions, don't think it's wrong.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tel Aviv Expo for the remaining routines of these European Championships rhythmic gymnastics. This afternoon we will watch the groups apparatus finals. Let me introduce you to the judges for this afternoon.
The very warmest of welcomes to you to the Expo in Tel Aviv, Israel, and our final session of competition at the 2022 Rhythmic Gymnastics European Championships, the 38th of their kind, and they are, with regret, drawing to a close. Nonetheless, be not too sad, for we have two great group finals to bring you. We're going to start with the single apparatus, the 5 hoops, and then move on to the mixed apparatus, 3 ribbons and 2 balls.
And from Belgium, Rumiana Burova. Execution judges from Georgia, Tinatin Nadirashvili. From Norway, Anna Torkelsen.
The judges being introduced as we speak.
Paulina Miklavic. And from Cyprus, Kristaleni Trikomiti. The line judges from Great Britain, Helen Wilson. And from Latvia, Tatiana Nikitina. Time judge is
just a brief word on the junior competitions, which took place before the beginning of the senior competition. Israel, team champions, Romania silver medalists, Bulgaria bronze medalists in the junior apparatus finals. Vera Krasnobaeva of Bulgaria winning the hoop title, Michelle Munitz of Israel winning the ball title, Daniela Munitz of Israel winning the ribbon title, and Amalia Litsa of Romania winning the clubs competition.
From Germany, Tina Delcheva-Meringer.
The 5 hoops final. Execution judges from Georgia. Top performers in the preliminary round for this, the first of the group apparatus finals, and seeking to really upset Italy, who were the favourites, Spain.
And then line judges from Slovakia, Dominika Selecka. From Latvia, Tatiana Nikitina. The time judge, ladies and gentlemen, is from Turkey, Nevin Demiray. And then finally, the superior jury from the Czech Republic, Blanka Mlenkova.
Correct myself here. Spain were one of the strongest performers, but
for European gymnastics, Evangelia
the performances of Israel and of Italy are what we're going to be scrutinising most closely in terms of the top scores from the qualification round. Spain, what caught me out there was they were actually leading at the halfway mark of the group all-around qualification process.
We are ready to rock and roll on the field of play. First team is a team from France.
France taking to the competition floor first. 6th strongest performers in the preliminary round, the score 31.8. They were 6th in the all-around competition. some nice facets of composition, doesn't it, that routine from France? The squad of 6 is Eleanor Cabouret, Emma Delaine, Aino Do, Manuel Inao, Ashley Julien and Lozea Villarino. All-around gold medalists, the French, at the Athens World Cup. That was a superb result for them. They were bronze medalists in Sofia as well, proving that it was not a complete surprise. It was not a fluke result. Had a moment, didn't they, in the routine where one of the more dramatic passes ended up toying with the out of bounds.
8 groups, 8 routines, but only 3 sets of medals.
Some nice moments of partnership in the routine, certainly.
Number 6.
It's so important to keep the sense of shape to the hoop as it's thrown, that the pattern in flight is nice and not wobbling around. That was well rescued, slightly off trajectory.
Score will show up shortly.
But good use of space. As mentioned before, 31.8 in the all-around final, which was the qualification process. 32.3 penalty for the transgression out of bounds.
The group of Ukraine.
But an improvement from France. Ukraine, 10th in the all-around competition, 8th strongest in qualification for this particular final, 30.35. This was by some way their best routine.
Getting
very nice routine from Ukraine to its reigning men. They actually start off using the Jerry Halliwell version.
Thank you, Ukraine.
Jerry Halliwell, of course, formerly the Spice Girls. Ukraine will want to be seeing their score increase from qualification, where it was 30.35. And they wave goodbye to the crowd.
Karina Sidorak and Alexandra Juszczak, the sixth gymnast.
Lovely
so 5 on the floor and 1
reaction
reserve
from the crowd,
for Ukraine.
letting Love lead the way.
Let's wait for their score.
It's one of the most tricky things, isn't it, about a group routine? You're hoping that your partner is going to be in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. Just hoping, aren't you? Say you'll be there. A nice moment bringing the hoops together when two became one.
This is their only final as a group, ladies and gentlemen.
Haven't we seen some lovely group routines from Ukraine over the years? It's always a thrill when they make it into a group final. They didn't have a good time with the 3+2 routine. They worked hard, didn't they, to get the synchronization back there in the front attitude pirouettes. It's a nice finish as well to promising display. Looks good from the overhead angle, that, doesn't it?
נראה לי שהוא כבר מגיע.
33.05. Now, wait just a moment. That is a big jump from qualification. They've gained 2.7.
And to the next group, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, will they inquire that? Try to get the difficulty up even higher. They've gained 1.1 of difficulty. They've gained over a mark of execution, and they've gained about half a mark of artistry. Superb. Italy. They scored 35.65 in qualification, second strongest. Silver medalists in the all-around competition and the team event. The Olympic bronze medalists.
All the injustice. Some things in life they just don't want to see it. But it's hard to do because it keep
That might just be a bit of a showstopper from Italy. My goodness. The ferocity of that routine, the skill, the technical expertise on show from the Farfalle Azzurre. They hold hope of taking another European Championship title for their nation on what has been a brilliant day. 6 gymnasts united: Martina Centofanti, Agnese Duranti, Alessia Maurelli, Daniela Moguri and Laura Paris and Martina Sant'Andrea. One of the things that characterises this extraordinary group, and they are utterly extraordinary, is that it almost doesn't matter how much they put into the routine. You never feel as though it's overloaded. You never feel as though it's chaotic, as though it's hard to follow.
They will have one more final with the...
And perhaps that is because at the heart of it, they are people who like to tell stories. They like to create performance art as well as sport. You'll see that even more so in their next piece.
European.
Some adjustment steps to secure that catch. But on the whole, their trajectories were well judged.
Soon we will have the score. I think it will be a good score. Let's see. We will wait and see, ladies and gentlemen, for the score for Italy. Is it official?
Now Italy's score is 36.65, a 19 for difficulty, 8.6 execution, 9.05 for artistry. That has really given Israel a challenge. We're going to see them in a few performances' time. So Italy lead, then Ukraine, then France. The group from Spain. Fourth best performers in the qualification process. This was an extremely impressive display. They ended up fifth in the all-around competition after problems with their second routine, but this is very compelling. It's got such a lovely, purposeful beginning and ending. knew these gymnasts a year ago at the European Championships in Varna. They made a brave effort to qualify for the Olympic Games. Haven't they improved?
España.
It's bordering on a transformation.
Thank you.
The group of 6 that is here in Tel Aviv are now Ines Berger, Valeria Marquez, Mireia Martinez, Patricia Perez and Salma Salau.
ערעור על ידי הקבוצה האיטלקית. רואים את הכוכבית הקטנה בצד, איטליה הגישה ערעור. אנחנו נאלץ להמתין עד שנדע מה קורה עם הערעור הזה. רק לאחר מכן נוכל להמשיך הלאה עם הקבוצה הבאה.
Did have a few retrieval steps necessary. The hoop on the bottom right.
להביט בסרטוני הוידאו של התרגיל.
Nice dexterity. Very difficult to judge the path correctly. Ending as they began. Had some moments of very nice harmony. Small deviations away from full synchronization in the attitude devant.
In the meanwhile, we will wait for the score for Spain. And after that, we will see the result of the inquiry.
Now we have confirmation that Italy have submitted an inquiry. The difficulty score 19 and in qualification 18.2, so they obviously feel fairly confident that they managed to increase it by more than the 8/10 they did. 33.250 for Spain. So they have dropped just over a mark from qualification.
For Italy,
difficulty has gone down quite substantially for Spain from 18.3 to 17.4. So one wonders if we'll see an inquiry for that one as well, actually.
Decision.
Should say that there are going to be more inquiries at this early stage of the brand new code of points, whilst it beds in, whilst coaches and judges get used to exactly how things are being assessed. And because, as is always the case in a group routine, there is an awful lot to scrutinise. There's a great deal to actually see, and the awarding of difficulty can be prone to error in group rhythmic gymnastics.
לקבל את התוצאה של הערעור. כל עשירית הנקודה מאוד מאוד חשובה כאן בסך הכל הכללי, ומי שתנצח על המכשיר הזה, אתם יודעים, בסוף זה ממש מסתיים על עשיריות הנקודה. מי מהמתעמלות שבקהל ראתה את האולימפיאדה בטוקיו? לא שמעתי. מי? יפה. ומי יכולה להגיד לי באיזה מדליה זכתה לינויה שם? יפה מאוד. יש פה מתעמלות סופות אדוקות בערוץ הספורט. אם ראיתם את האולימפיאדה, אז אתם בוודאי זוכרים את הרגעים המיוחדים האלה, בהן חיכינו והסתכלנו וראינו את החיות הוורינה מרוסיה מחכות לראות את הציון, ובסוף לינוי ניצחה את שתיהן ולקחה את מדליית הזהב. אין ספק, הישג היסטורי למדינת ישראל לחזור מהמשחקים בטוקיו עם 2 מדליות זהב בענף ההתעמלות, גם של לינוי אשרם, גם ארטיום דולגופיאט. שניהם יחד זכו אתמול בתואר ספורטאי השנה של הוועד האולימפי, ביחד עם המאמנים שלהם, איילת זוסטמן וסרגי וייסבורג. Inquiry rejected, נדחה הערעור של איטליה.
We bring you confirmation that Italy's inquiry has had no joy. The score remains 36.65.
Please welcome the group from Azerbaijan.
They did gain 0.8 in difficulty anyway. All-around bronze medalists. Third place to Azerbaijan in yesterday's all-around final, which doubled as qualification for the apparatus finals. They were the 5th best performers in the 5 hoops component with a score of 33.6. They did win the 5 hoops title at home in Baku at the World Cup. A good day yesterday, Azerbaijan taking the all-around bronze medal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It was the second time that Azerbaijan has made it onto the all-around podium after silver in Kyiv in 2020.
And now we'll wait for the score.
Their squad of sixes:
Before we can move on.
Akalajadeh, Laman Alimuradova, Kamila Alieva, Zeynep Pumatova, Yelizaveta Luzan, and Daria Sorokina. So far, so good.
מאחורי המסך הגדול, מאחורי הקלעים.
Nice creative pass the hoop, well judged angles of attack.
שם מבצעות המתעמלות את החימום שלהן.
They've often had a stylish composition to
והכל
their
עובד לפי
routines.
לוח זמנים קבוע, הן יודעות מתי הן צריכות לסיים את החימום, להיות מוכנות במסדרון, בכניסה לתוך אולם התחרות.
Only a small amount of backpedaling to retrieve the hoops there.
מיד יגיע אלינו
That
הציון.
looked a slightly better move through, particularly on the left-hand side than yesterday. Might be splitting hairs.
והנה הוא מתקרב. היה תרגיל לא רע בכלל. יכול להיות שיתברג במקומות הראשונים, מיד נדע לנבחרת אזרבייג'אן. And the score, ladies and gentlemen, 34.450.
34.45 for Azerbaijan. They go into the silver medal position and have managed to gain the best part of a mark from the preliminary round. So it's Italy, then Azerbaijan, then Spain.
Poland.
Ukraine drop off the podium into fourth position. And we have now 3 more performances to come in this 5 hoops final. Poland, 7th in the hoops qualification process. They were 9th in the all-around. Their score 31.8. They've really emerged on the World Cup scene this year. Good to see that translating to continental level. Very good recovery made by Poland after the loss of one of the hoops. They got a touch behind the music, and it's rather exposing in that routine because they have that very nice photo moment where they all strike a pose, as the old saying goes. And they just missed that by a fraction.
Inquiry submitted.
Now, in unexpected breaking news, Azerbaijan have submitted an inquiry for their 5 hoops score. Let's have a look back at this enjoyable display from Poland. It's been nice seeing them develop on the World Cup circuit. When they did have the loss of the apparatus, the retrieval was managed in a composed way. They got back into position as quickly as they possibly could.
מיד יהיה לנו את הציון של נבחרת פולין, אבל לפני שנעבור לנבחרת הבאה אנחנו חייבים לקבל את החלטת הערעור.
Just keep an eye on how, I was going to say, keep an eye on how quickly they retrieve it. They did retrieve it well. And more significantly, they managed to get back into formation with composure to get as much of the difficulty restored to the routine as possible.
And the score for Poland, 29.650.
29.65 the score for Poland, so they've lost just over 2 marks from the qualification phase.
We shall wait for the inquiry results.
Now we have to wait for a moment or 2 or 3 whilst Azerbaijan's routine is further looked at. We have 2 still to come. We'll know after this inquiry whether Italy have secured a medal or not. It would be an enormous change to the score of Azerbaijan if they were to go into first place, but protocol must be observed. Let's wait and see. Meanwhile, I'll leave you to enjoy some of the best moments of the routine that the judges are also now re-evaluating.
אני רוצה להזכיר לכולם שבקרוב, בחודש יולי, יתקיימו משחקי המכבייה באולם התחרויות בהדר יוסף במרכז האולימפי. תחרויות המכבייה יתחילו ב-18 ליולי עם התעמלות מכשירים נשים, ב-19 ליולי התעמלות מכשירים גברים עם ארטיום דולגופיאט שמתחרה וכוכבים אחרים מהענף. לאחר מכן כמובן יש לנו גם את ההתעמלות אומנותית. קיצור, יש לנו ממש חודש עמוס באירועי התעמלות, גם עם אליפות אירופה כאן וגם עם משחקי המכבייה. זה הפקות גדולות, זה תחרויות מאוד יפות ובינלאומיות עם השתתפות של הרבה מדינות. אני כבר סיפרתי במהלך התחרות הזאת שיש כאן 39 מדינות שהגיעו להתחרות בישראל עם מעל ל-550 ספורטאיות ואנשי צוות, וזה בהחלט מרשים מאוד לארח תחרות ברמה הזאת עם כל כך הרבה משתתפות. As I said before, there are 39 countries participating in that competition here at the European Championship. More than 550 gymnasts, coaches, judges, and staff members. So that's a huge production for the Israeli Gymnastics Federation. And we are very pleased and honored to host this European Championship here in Israel. מיד יהיה לנו את התוצאה של הערעור. Soon we will have the result of the inquiry. And then we will be able to go on to the next group. איזה יופי אתם מעודדים, באמת, באמת, זה מרגש. אני מזכיר לכולם לא לצלם עם פלאש ולא עם פנסים. אני רואה בקהל, אז שימו לב שזה לא יקרה במהלך התרגיל, אבל באמת שאתם יודעים לעודד וזה כיף אדיר לשמוע אתכם. Inquiry accepted, הערעור התקבל, and the new score is 34.7.
There has been a change to Azerbaijan's score, 34.75. They've gained 3/10.
To the next group.
And the next group, ladies and gentlemen,
Consolidating their second place.
Israel.
2 to go. Italy guaranteed a medal. What about the host nation, who took the all-around title yesterday? And they did it with this routine. The score was almost beyond comprehension. Israel, all-around gold medalists who scored 36.95 with this routine yesterday. Italy are now on 36.65. Could be close.
Ik sliep in angst te be clear. It's got me like the monster. Alles wie alles in het jaar. Die van me is gewoon there.
Well, that certainly went well. It went very well, just as it did yesterday. Can they produce a similar number and once more knock Italy off top spot?
Thank you.
It's got to be up there.
Toda.
There seems little doubt of that. But how up there? How close?
Shani, Adar, Amit, Romi, Ofir, Diana. רצות מהר להתכונן לתרגיל הבא.
Getting back to
Israel, we will wait for the score.
behind the curtain pretty quickly, Israel, because they're going to be competing second in the next final. So they won't wait around for the score.
אנחנו נמתין בסבלנות לציון. נו, מה אתם אומרים? יהיה סיום טוב? יטפס למעלה בין השלושה הראשונים? תכף נראה. And the score, ladies and gentlemen, is going up, and up, and up.
Now, how high are Israel going? Into second place, very close. 36.45. Italy on this occasion on top. Will that endure? Israel's difficulty score in qualification was 19.4. Their difficulty score here, 18.9. Wouldn't be an enormous surprise if after this performance from Bulgaria we have to wait for an inquiry. The final performance in this Group 5 hoops final. It is Bulgaria, the third strongest performers in qualification. Team gold medalists. They were fourth in the all-around competition, and their score 34.65. 34.75 currently holds bronze.
Everything about you. A brief glimpse into your world. Your past fears, your future ambitions, your defining moments of self-discovery. All of your dreams. Every experience. The depth of you. The depth of your soul. The curves of all your edges. The shapes of each beautiful angle mirroring the perfection of your symmetry. Wow.
performance of Bulgaria to draw to a close this Group 5 hoops final in Tel Aviv. They had a couple of quite clear issues with the apparatus. Group of 6 that have come here, comprising Daya Draganova, Sofia Ivanova, Camelia Petrova, Rachel Stoyanov, Zhenya Trashlieva and Margarita Vasilieva.
She used to compete as an individual gymnast, not for Bulgaria, but for North Macedonia. And now she returned to Bulgaria to be
part very new group
of the Bulgarian group exercise.
This Bulgarian team, very new. I'm sure many of you remember Rachel Stoyanov from the European Championships of a couple of years ago when she first appeared on the international scene competing for North Macedonia. But she's based in Sofia. The family of Rachel Stoyanov is Bulgarian, though she was born in Los Angeles. It's a fascinating story. Her maternal grandmother has North Macedonian roots. That a moment that will cause some issues.
Bulgaria, as we all know, won the gold medal in Tokyo at the Olympics. But the team now is different, completely different.
So, as things stand, Italy, 36.65, Israel,
and there's the score for
second,
Bulgaria,
Azerbaijan, third, Bulgaria going to fourth place with 33.7, and it is therefore the European Championship title for Italy.
And Azerbaijan wins the
A reversal of what happened with the 5 hoops yesterday. The bronze medal to Azerbaijan, the silver for Israel, and the gold to Italy.
Then Bulgaria, Spain,
The
Ukraine.
Farfalle Azzurre once again finding themselves on top of the podium. They've had such a good season on the World Cups. Came here as the favourites. It was a surprise, certainly, that they didn't win the all-around title yesterday. And we will move on in but a moment to the final of our coverage here in Tel Aviv, the mixed apparatus final, 3 ribbons and 2 balls competition. So don't go too far away. That will be along in just a moment or two. The start list for the mixed apparatus